Behind every cage lies a story you won't believe. Until the camera captures it. You hear that right. Today's video will take you inside the most shocking zoo moments ever caught on camera. These are the kinds of clips that if they weren't recorded, no one would believe they actually happened. So sit tight, because what you're about to watch is wild, real, and absolutely unbelievable. Gibbon's mind-blowing tree show. You won't believe what this little ape did high up in the trees. At Dudley Zoo in England, a gibbon surprised everyone with a performance that felt more like a circus act than a casual climb. It wasn't just swinging around. It was flipping, falling on purpose, and catching itself like a pro, moving smoothly from branch to branch. Unlike the usual monkey play you see at zoos, this gibbon looked like it was really showing off, as if it knew people were watching and wanted to impress them, and honestly, it worked. Here's the wild part. You know how it pulls off those amazing moves? The secret is in its wrist. A gibbon's wrist acts almost like a ball and socket joint, which means it can twist and swing with ease. This special bone setup helps it move without using too much energy or hurting its shoulder. Nature really built this little guy for high-flying action. And when the show stopped, the gibbon looked confused, like even it didn't want the fun to end. Lion wanted the child. This will shock you. A little girl was standing in front of a lion at the zoo, just inches away from danger, with only a glass wall between them. She was smiling and playfully tapping the glass while the huge lioness sat on a rock, staring at her like prey. But what looked like a fun zoo visit turned scary in seconds. The lion suddenly jumped at her from the rock, trying to grab her. Luckily, the thick glass held strong and stopped the lion midair. Here's the creepy part. When the girl turned her back, that's when the lion attacked. It was watching her like a hunter, waiting for the perfect moment. After the pounce failed, the girl cried while her brother tried to get the lion's attention, but the lion didn't care about him. She only wanted the girl. Shockingly, the mom was laughing in the background. It may sound funny now, but this video proves one thing. Zoo glass really does save lives. Zookeeper slaps a hippo to save lives? You won't believe what happened at a zoo in Delhi. A massive hippo, usually chilling in its water hole, suddenly climbed over the wall toward a crowd of visitors. But don't worry, it wasn't angry. It just looked curious, maybe wanting a closer peek at the people. Still, everyone was in danger. That's when the brave zookeeper stepped in. Without hesitation, he started slapping the hippo on its face, not to hurt it, but to scare it back into the water. Here's the wild part. Hippos are one of the most dangerous animals in the world. If this one had changed its mood, things could have ended badly. Luckily, the zookeeper knew exactly what to do. Some people might say it's wrong to hit an animal, but this wasn't about cruelty. It was about protecting lives. The hippo didn't get hurt at all. In fact, it looked more confused than anything, like it had just been told off by its trainer. Orangutan's sweet kiss to a pregnant woman. You won't believe what happened at a zoo in the UK. A pregnant woman named Naomi Davies, who was just 4 months along, visited the orangutan area with her fiancé. As they stood near the glass, a mother orangutan carrying her baby came close. Both orangutans looked directly at Naomi's baby bump. Then, something magical happened. The baby orangutan walked to the glass and kissed it right where her belly was. It was like he knew there was a baby inside. And it was stunned. She felt like they truly understood what was going on. Here's the heartwarming part. Naomi later found out that the orangutan mom had also recently given birth. That made the moment even more special, like a bond between two mothers. She said it felt like the orangutans knew the beauty of motherhood. It didn't matter if they were animals or humans, mothers understand each other. Naomi even said she wants to bring her baby back to the zoo after birth just to see if the orangutans remember. Isn't that the sweetest thing you've ever heard? Lion versus 3 wrestlers. You won't believe who won in this crazy battle of strength. 4 years ago in a zoo, 3 powerful WWE wrestlers, Ricochet, Fabian Egner, and Killian Dane, faced off against a lion in a game of tug-of-war. Sounds wild, right? But don't worry, the setup was totally safe. The rope was placed in a way that the lion couldn't hurt anyone and neither side would get injured. The idea was simple. Let's see if 3 strong humans could match the raw power of a lion. But here's the shocking part. The lion didn't even need to try hard. While the wrestlers used all their strength, muscles bulging and faces red with effort, The lion just clamped down on the rope with its powerful jaw and refused to let go. In the end, the humans gave up. That one moment showed just how insanely strong a lion really is, not just in bite force, but in pure, unstoppable endurance. Nature wins again. Gorilla gets hooked on teen's phone. You won't believe what happened at the Louisville Zoo. A teenager was standing near a huge gorilla, and guess what he did? He started showing the gorilla pictures of other gorillas on his phone. Shockingly, the gorilla didn't just glance and walk away. No, it actually reacted to each picture, like it was interested and curious. The teen kept flipping through the photos, and the gorilla just kept watching like it was binge-watching a show. By the end, the big guy was sitting calmly against the glass, looking like he was waiting for the next episode. It's funny and adorable, but also kind of surprising. Animals like gorillas don't really get our tech, but this one clearly wanted to see more. Maybe he was curious, maybe entertained, who knows. But one thing's clear, next time you're at the zoo, try showing your phone to a gorilla. You might make a new fan. That inside tiger's cage. You won't believe what one woman did just to get her hat back. At the Toronto Zoo, a lady was standing near the tiger enclosure when her hat fell inside, and instead of calling for help, she jumped straight into the restricted area just inches away from a real tiger. The only thing that saved her life was a fence between her and the hungry animal, which looked ready to pounce at any second. When she came back up holding her hat, the crowd was shocked. One man even yelled at her, calling her names because of how risky her action was, and honestly, can you blame him? Her reckless move could have ended in disaster. She might even face charges for breaking the zoo rules. So let this be clear, if you ever drop something near a wild animal, leave it. Your life is worth more than any hat. A gorilla fight at the zoo. You go to the zoo expecting fun, not a full-blown fight. But one normal day turned into chaos when two giant gorillas suddenly started brawling right in front of shocked visitors. At first, everything was calm. The gorillas were just doing their usual thing, showing off a little for the crowd. But then, out of nowhere, they locked eyes, and in seconds, they were throwing punches like heavyweight boxers. People started panicking. One woman kept yelling, "Where are the zookeepers?" hoping someone would step in. But let's be real, what can a human even do when two massive gorillas are going wild? This wasn't just a small argument, it was loud, aggressive, and intense. That peaceful zoo corner quickly turned into something like a fight night arena, and nobody saw it coming. Octopus breaks out of the zoo. You won't believe who tried to escape the zoo one day. It wasn't a lion or a monkey, but an octopus. Yeah, you hear that right. Most people think of octopuses as quiet sea creatures, not prison breakers, but this smart one had other plans. It was locked inside a tank behind a big glass wall, but it wasn't giving up. Using its sticky suction cups, it slowly pulled itself up the glass like it knew exactly what it was doing. People nearby started watching and laughing, thinking it wouldn't really escape. But ooh, they were so wrong. Here's where it gets wild. The octopus actually made it over the glass and dropped right onto the floor. That's when the crowd suddenly stopped laughing and thought, wait, should we call someone? It took them a moment to react while the octopus just lay there, probably wondering where to head next. Thankfully, zookeepers rushed in and safely took care of it before things got out of hand. That day, those visitors didn't just see an animal. They witnessed a little act of freedom that they'd never forget. Jungle rules. Don't steal from bigger animals. You won't believe what happened in this zoo. There's a big orangutan just chilling, minding its own business with a banana in its mouth. Then a small macaque sneaks up, hoping to grab that banana. But the orangutan was quick to show who's boss. It grabbed the little monkey's head tight and pulled it close, making it clear stealing from a bigger animal is a huge mistake in the jungle. Most people think orangutans are calm and gentle, but this one showed a totally different side. It didn't hesitate to hold that small macaque so hard it could have seriously hurt it. This teaches us a lesson. Never underestimate someone just because they seem calm. Sometimes the quiet ones have the strongest power hidden, ready to strike when you least expect it. Goose takes on giraffes. You won't believe this strange animal fight. At the Brookfield Zoo, a goose and its family were walking around when 3 giraffes came close. The giraffes weren't interested in the geese at all, but the goose didn't know that. Without thinking twice, it flew up and started attacking the giant giraffes. This goose was much smaller than the giraffes, but it showed no fear. It just wanted to protect its family. That's real bravery right there. Those giraffes probably learned something important. Geese can be way more aggressive than we think. The bear that talks like a kid. When people and animals spend a lot of time together in a zoo, the animals start to learn how to get treats by using special signals. At one zoo, some visitors were feeding bears, and the bears showed their own ways of asking for food. After giving food twice, the visitors looked to their right and saw a bear waving its paw in a way that looked just like a human, saying, "Hey, give me some." It was so funny that everyone started laughing out loud. No one knows where that clever bear learned to wave like that, but it sure works. The bear looks like a kid who really wants a cookie. As long as the humans are nearby and the bear keeps making that friendly wave, it will never go hungry. It's like the bear found the perfect way to ask for snacks every time. The gibbon's big surprise. Have you ever seen something that made you stop and wonder, what is that? Sometimes even animals get confused when they meet creatures they don't know. This story happens at a zoo, where wild animals and exotic animals live close together. One day, some curious gibbons spotted a little hedgehog creeping near their home. The gibbons didn't know what to think and got really nervous about this strange visitor. One white gibbon saw the hedgehog coming closer and quickly decided to run away. It climbed up a tree to feel safe, even though the hedgehog wasn't dangerous at all. The gibbon just didn't understand and wanted to protect itself. It's funny how even animals can get scared of things they don't know, just like us sometimes. The upright chimpanzee surprise. Walking on two legs is something that makes humans special. Most monkeys and apes don't walk like us. Gorillas and orangutans can stand on two legs for a little while, but they usually walk on all fours. But this chimpanzee did something really surprising. It walked fully upright, just like a person. It even held out its hands like we do, and guess what? It grabbed a banana while walking. What makes this even more amazing is that the chimp didn't just take a few steps. It went for a long walk standing up straight. That kind of walking is very human-like, and it's not something you see every day in chimps. Who knows if others will try to do the same? Hopefully this is just a cool trick and not the start of something more strange. Slow and fierce crocodile battle. The fight starts with a tense stare-down between two crocodiles of the same kind. They don't rush into it. Instead, they watch each other carefully, waiting for the right moment to strike. You can tell they follow some kind of unspoken rules in their fight. It's not a fast or wild battle, but a slow and careful one. Each tries to bite the other and get the upper hand, but nothing happens quickly. They keep biting, hissing, and pushing each other for a long time, but neither gives up right away. After a while, they both step back, tired from the fight. Watching them makes you wonder, what if they had gone all out? With full power, would the fight have been totally different? The dancing polar bear. Have you ever seen a bear dance? Not just any bear, but a polar bear showing off cool moves at a zoo. This bear doesn't just walk around. It bobs, weaves, and even does a full routine that makes everyone watching smile. Kids laugh and cheer, and you can hear their excitement all around. It's like the bear knows how to put on a real show. But here's the big question. Where did this polar bear learn to dance? Nobody really knows, but it sure looks like a pro. Imagine if this bear joined a dance show like Dancing with the Stars. It would steal the spotlight and be more famous than even the Coca-Cola bears. This dancing polar bear is a true star in the making. When geese botched a rhino. You won't believe how wild geese can be until you see them mess with a rhino. At the zoo, a rhino was just chilling and eating grass, doing nothing wrong. Nearby, two geese were hanging out by the water, minding their own business, until the rhino moved too close to one of them. That goose freaked out and ran away, and suddenly, the whole place exploded with angry honks. The noise was so crazy that the rhino took off running like its life depended on it. People watching were shocked because that big rhino could have easily stepped on those geese without a second thought. But nope, those noisy birds scared it off. This just proves how even the biggest creatures can get pushed around if the little ones know how to push the right buttons. Black swans feeding fish. Something strange was caught on video. Black swans were feeding koi fish in a pond. Normally, birds like swans eat fish, not give them food. So why were these swans acting so differently? It's surprising and makes you wonder what's really happening in that quiet pond. The answer is even more interesting. Zookeepers say this wasn't something the swans were taught on purpose. When they get dry pellets to eat, they dip the food in water to soften it. This makes the koi fish curious, and they come close to the swans. After a while, the swans started sharing their food with the fish. It's like the swans learned to be kind and spread their food around. Such lovely manners from these birds. The dancing monkey's surprise. You won't believe what happened at the Calgary Zoo. We used to have a dancing bear, but now there's a dancing monkey, actually a breakdancing gorilla. A camera caught this gorilla spinning around in a puddle, splashing water like it was dancing to a secret beat only it could hear. It looked like the gorilla was having the time of its life, showing off some cool moves all by itself. The funniest part? Suddenly, the gorilla just stopped dancing like nothing ever happened. Maybe it realized someone was watching and got shy. Whatever the reason, that unexpected dance show was pure joy, and it's amazing to see animals having fun just like us. The hippo that escaped then came back. You won't believe this, a hippo actually broke out of its pen and wandered right through an open gate into the outside world. Now, hippos are super dangerous, so this could have been really scary, but instead what happened was like a funny movie scene. The hippo didn't run wild or caused chaos. Nope, after just a few minutes of exploring, it decided to come back inside the zoo all by itself. Can you imagine that? The hippo is free to roam anywhere, but chose to return home like nothing happened. Maybe it just missed its cozy zoo life. And that's it for today. If that shocked you, wait till you see what's coming next. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. See you in the next wild one.